Wealth is a frequency, okay? Money is a literal frequency. That's why it's numbers. Think about this. When you think about a frequency, 528, 432, these frequencies are numbers, and money is numbers. Money is a frequency, okay? And depending on what amount of money you accept is what frequency you are accepting, okay? So whether this is your yearly wage, how much you're wanting to make a year, how much you're wanting to make a month, how much you're wanting to make bi-weekly, how much you're wanting to make a day, okay? This is a frequency that you are accepting or you are denying, okay? Understand this. When it comes to money, money is just a frequency. And if you accept a certain value, then you accept it, and you accept that in your life, and you accept all of the things that you can purchase or acquire with that set amount. You understand? And if you deny that, if you say, no, I don't want this, there are other things that I want, then what that's going to do is that's going to allow more money, more opportunities to come into your life. Have you ever experienced this where you were in need of a particular thing and you had no idea how you were going to afford it, but then out of nowhere the money came to pay for it, right? But it didn't happen until you took action on the thing that you needed. You understand? Because money is a frequency. It's a frequency, and it's just a representation of the things that you are wanting. You understand? Money is just a representation. It's a physical representation of the desire that you have to acquire something. Okay? And so, if you want more money, you need to go after higher things or more expensive things. You need to stretch your imagination on the things that you want to acquire and purchase in your life. Okay, that's what I'm saying. Because money is just a frequency. Now, for you entrepreneurs, when it comes to business, understand this. Whatever you have your set price at, okay? Whatever you decide your set price is going to be on your products, item, or service. That is a frequency, and that will attract certain people to purchase from you, okay? And put simply, you could go the small amount for a large quantity of people, okay? You got to get more sales in, you got to get more reps in, you got to get more touches in, right? Because you're selling a product for a lower value, but more people can afford it, and so you get more people in, right? Or you could go the luxury route. The luxury route is where you sell something for so expensive that it's a threshold, okay? And this threshold is what I call your parameters, your boundaries, okay? And by setting these boundaries, you are saying only certain people can play in this game, okay? And when it comes to business and making money, you work less and you make more, okay? You bring more of the valued clients that you want because they have the money to spend, and it's not they're taking this energy and they're uncertain of where they want to place it. Because again, remember what I said, money is energy. So the people that are purchasing your products, if at a luxury rate, they are simply valuing your energy more, and they know exactly what they want, that where they want their energy to go to. Okay, they're valuing your energy more, and they're not juggling that energy, deciding whether they're going to give it to you or give it to something else, right? Or give it to the bills or wherever it may be. So when it comes to having a business, you create boundaries, you set your borders, and these borders, these boundaries protect you and your energy and your time. Okay? And so this is how business works. This is like the beginning part, okay? After this, we can then talk about the power of magnetism and how once you're in the frequency of a certain business, then we're going to talk about how magnetism affects buyer-seller relationships and magnetizing the client to you once you're in a certain frequency. So, but that's the first thing I wanted to cover, is understanding that, and I just did a video about this, but to let go, to become rich, you have to let go of money. If that is your goal, if your goal is to become rich, you have to let go of money. And if you look at money as simply a frequency or a number, you can't put emotion on it because the more emotion you give, the more the magnetism starts to affect it, okay? Weird stuff starts to happen. So it's best if you just look at it. So it's best if you just look at it as a number, as a frequency. And if you can look at it as a frequency, then just like you're tuning the radio, if it's a specific number that you're not happy with seeing, you just change the number in your mind. Change the number. Change the number to the number that you are okay with. Okay? And I usually tell people, take that number, times it by 10. Okay? Because if you notice something, people who have 9 to 5s, okay? If you notice, your 9 to 5 is only ever enough money to just barely get by, just to barely cover the day-to-day reality, right? And usually not even enough for that, okay? Because you want to do extra stuff. It's because money is a frequency. These are numbers. It's a literal frequency, okay? And it's a frequency like a code to the reality that you're in. Meaning, if you're in a particular frequency, let's say it's the 82810 frequency, right? I'm just throwing something out. In that frequency, you can only have a sedan. Okay, and I'm saying that it's just a car in general, but in that frequency, the 81820 or whatever I said, you can only have a sedan, right? You can only go to this restaurant. You can only go to this place. You can only travel here. You can only travel here in that frequency, okay? But once you change frequencies, let's say to the 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8, 9, 10 frequency, now you can travel to all these other places. You can expand the realm. You can go and travel here. You can go do this. And you don't have to worry about the problems that you were having in the 81820 frequency, where you could only pay for this amount of thing, or you could only worry about this. So what you do is, once you figure that out, now you use, ooh, I like how that sun is coming in. Ooh. Now you use your product or your service, if you're an entrepreneur, or if you have a gift, if you have a talent, if you're a good speaker, if you're a life coach, if you're a photographer, if you have any type of gift, you now take that gift to represent the frequency or the reality that you're heading to, okay? And that gift, once you set those parameters around it to where it will now become a magnet to attract that reality, that frequency that you are heading to, okay? It will be like a foot in the door to open up and expand that reality, okay? And whenever you associate that gift, you associate that gift with that frequency. And this is what I've learned from doing hundreds of shows as a vendor, doing craft festivals and whatnot. This is what I've learned. I've learned when you are in a certain frequency, and when I say frequency, I'm talking about a price point, okay, for a product or service. When you are in a certain frequency, you attract certain clients to your table. And the ones that might be in a higher frequency or the ones that might be in a lower frequency, I'm talking price points, they will avoid you. You understand? They will not come near your table. You might have a few in this price point that might come in, a few down here that takes that leap, but for the majority, it's all the same frequency, okay? And this is what happens. The moment you start to raise that price point, okay? This is the entry level for them to conduct business with you. The moment you raise that price point, now, if you raise it high enough, now you start to attract a whole different crowd of people, okay? I'll give you a quick example, and then I gotta go. Okay, so my art company, Off the Wall Art, when I first started, I was selling prints for like 25, 30 bucks, okay? And I was selling a whole lot of prints, and people would come up. It'd be all types of people, young kids, all these people. They would see them, they'd be like, oh, we love this, we want it, and then they would buy it, right? And then I got to a point, I said, you know what? I want to sell bigger pieces. I want to sell bigger pieces of art for people to hang up in their homes, and I want people from all around the country to hang up my art in their homes, right? And so what I did was, instead of just getting 12 by 18s made, which I could get for a lower price, right, and sell them for a nice price, I started investing a little bit more energy in getting these bigger prints made, okay? And when I did that, then I started going to shows and selling my bigger prints, and I just brought them out. And when I brought them out, the people came. That's what I'm saying. The people, I attracted the people that would accept these higher priced items. And now I started to attract people, because of the price tag alone, I now started to attract people who just bought houses, or they're buying a new home and they're looking for art, right? They're renovating, they're looking for art. These are now people with hundreds and hundreds, if not thousands of dollars to invest in my business. And then I went up higher again, and then I started attracting businesses who needed to decorate their walls in their stores and their businesses. You understand? And so I literally, just using this one company and changing the price tag and making my prints a little bigger, right? I started to go to different frequencies, different price points, from 20s to $30 range, to hundreds of dollars of range, to thousands of dollar range. You understand? And so that's what I'm telling you. If you have a business, you use your business as boundaries to protect your time and your energy, and you charge luxury so that you bring in clients that value and respect your energy, your product, because they value and respect theirs, and that's what's able to keep them in that frequency of wealth. So, see you guys on the next one.